Hello guys, like I said in my previous video that I'll be talking about 40 foolish things people do in marriage today, and I'll be splitting it into two: 20 foolish things women do in marriage and 20 foolish things men do in marriage. Whereas today I'll be talking about 5 foolish things men do in marriage. Number 1, not wanting to be corrected or seen with mistakes. There are some men that have this belief that no matter what you do, you can never be as good as them. Oh, they are not ready to listen to your advice. There is a common saying that women should be teachable, but I tell you today that men should be teachable too. Anytime some men do anything wrong, they rather prefer to ignore it and do something else or pretend as if it never happened instead of them to say sorry or open up to their wife. Some believe that if their wife know their mistake, they will consider them weak. As not to be considered weak, they try to keep things to themselves. This is a foolish thing that any man should not do in marriage. Your wife is your companion and your backbone, that's why you choose to marry her. Both of you should always help and always reach out to each other no matter what. The more you continue to keep things to yourself, the more you get more sad and angry and it affects your marriage. Number 2, not listening. Some men are bad listeners in marriage. They never want to listen to their wives. They are always too busy to listen to their wife. Some even don't want to know about the well-being of their wife. They find it very difficult for them to sit down with their wife and to be talking to each other, shutting her up when she tries to talk. Every lady in marriage needs a man that will always listen to her and gives her comfort when she needs it. As a man, if you fail to listen to your wife in marriage, you are forcing her to seek comfort outside, and when she seeks comfort outside, it's going to affect the marriage. No matter what you are doing or how busy you are, you should always try to give your wife the audience she deserves. The third I'll be talking about is emotional disconnection. When some men get married, they disconnect themselves from their wife feelings or emotions. They don't care or bother themselves anything pertaining to her. They don't even know how to pamper or care for her when she's crying. Some men, when they get married, they even feel like they have achieved everything about the woman and is not ready to please her or want to pamper her or even care or treat her with love. All what it is authority. This is wrong and is a very dangerous notion that no man should try in marriage. The moment you are emotionally disconnected from your wife, the moment you are pushing your wife outside, and when she goes outside, it's going to lead to cheating. Why? It's most men that are emotionally disconnected from their wife that are always the easily jealous type, because most of them know that they are not doing what is right and they fear that their wife is going to go outside, so they tend to punish the wife anytime the wife is trying to talk to another person or trying to seek comfort outside. So please try to be connected to your wife emotionally. It's important in your marriage. The fourth I'll be talking about on foolish things men do in marriage is I own my wife feeling. Some men, immediately they get married to their wife, they think they own the lady and her life. They don't allow her to live her life again. They don't allow her to be herself. They take possession of everything. The reason why most parents reject collecting bride price, they will tell you they are not selling their daughter. But bride price doesn't mean you are selling your daughter. It's because of some people's bad experience in marriage, the way their husbands treat them. That's why they choose to tell their family not to collect bride price from them. Just because you did elaborate wedding with your wife, you paid her bride price, you did all the traditional rites, that doesn't mean that she's not a tool or a toy or a machine to you. She's your wife, your other half. She's still a woman. Most men that do this is either because of their fears or jealousy or background or mindset. Some men usually have the mindset of trying to enslave a woman when they get married, of which it is a foolish thing that no man should ever try. Never enslave a lady in marriage. It is wrong and it is very foolish. The fifth and the last I'll be talking about today on foolish things men do in marriage is always wanting to be in control. This type of men are the over-principled and authoritarian man. As a man, you are the head of the family, you are a leader in your home, but that doesn't mean you should misuse the advantage given to you. Your wife should be able to contribute to some decisions or say what's going on in her mind. Don't be the only one taking decisions or saying everything. In a family where the man is an authoritarian or over-principled, the wife can't do anything she wishes, only what the man wish. In fact, she's always happy anytime the man is away, of which it is wrong in a marriage. and it's a foolish thing for a man to do. He starts giving birth to children, and as a man you are still an authoritarian or unprincipled man that creates fear into everybody. Your children will begin to have phobia for you, and this will make them want to be leaving you or running away from home and not coming home, because they fear that when they come home there's nothing they are going to do that is going to please you. You will always be sad at them, you will always be mad at them or shouting on them or just displeasing. So as a man, try not to be an over principled or authoritarian in your home. That doesn't mean that you don't have the authority in your home. You have authority, but don't try to create fear into your wife or your children just because of you want to talk. Meanwhile, most men that are overprotective and authoritarian men, they are weak men, but they don't want to express their weakness, so they rather dictate people fearfully. So they believe, okay, when they talk hard or speak authoritatively, people is going to fear them, but meanwhile deep down them they are weak. Very much for your time today. My next video is still on the continuation of foolish things men do in marriage. I hope you look forward to that. Thank you once again.